Hey there, so the LG Aristo, it's been out for almost a month, and I haven't ruined this phone thanks to the free case, and what do I think of this phone? Well, let's begin. So this phone, as of when I bought this, cost for people who for port in or new accounts, it is free, and with if you had your plan for 3 months and you didn't switch, you get your extra bonus or whatever that's only $60, and you get the mail-in rebate, which makes it 30. And I'm still waiting on my mail-in rebate. But then there is, and I think just T-Mobile, it's $144. I think it's around 100 or so on Metro. I'm not really sure about price as of current prices, but I know for the price at the time, that's what it was. And on T-Mobile, it's currently $144. And the service is the same. You get the same signal on T-Mobile as you get on Metro, so I have no complaints about service. I mean, it all depends on where you are. If you're in the middle of nowhere, I mean, the only plan you're probably going to get is Verizon. Like, you're not going to get any other plan because Verizon expanded to there, which made people want to switch. I mean, it's just the whole stupid little thing that's a whole different issue. I mean, the phone. Now, it has 1.5 gigs of RAM. It has a ton of different interesting things inside of it. I think Geekbench 4 will show. So it has Android 7.0. It has the Qualcomm Snapdragon ARM processor inside of it. CPU with it doesn't show me over here with CPU is a quad-core ARM version 7 processor. It's Adreno 308, so it is a Snapdragon 430 or something like that. It has a 720p screen, which for this day and age could be 1080p. I mean, I'm not complaining about the screen. It's actually pretty clear. Like, unless I'm watching a video in 720 to 1080, I mean, it's hard to tell a difference. It has no fast charging. It has a micro USB port. It has a headphone jack. Has no fingerprint sensor, which is a little annoying, and I don't think there's going to be a way to hack a fingerprint sensor. But the buttons on the back. I like the volume buttons are on the side, because usually you have the double tap to turn on and then you can swipe it open. But when you're on a flat surface, let's say you're on a flat surface, you're watching your video. Let's say this is your flat surface. So you don't want to, or you're listening to music and it's coming out. You don't want to do like this to turn it up and down. You want to turn up the volume. Let's say you're also connected to your Bluetooth speakers, so have your phone down. You don't want to pick up your phone to do all this stuff, so it's nice that they added the buttons to the side again. It has good cameras. The back is a 13 megapixel camera. I mean, the functionality isn't the best, but for the basic user, it's great. It has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. It has 16 gigabytes of storage. Total 10.06 available to the user. It is 64-bit if anybody really cares. It is. It has 320 dpi screen pixel per inch. It has I got 10 touches over here on my test. So it has a 10, I would say 10-point multi-touch, but I'm not sure you would use a 10-point multi-touch. It has on-screen buttons for back, home, and recent. The Android 7 is a really nice feature. It has a It doesn't have an LED light in the front, but it has a flash in the back. Has an okay speaker. The DAC really isn't good. I've heard a lot better from cheap devices. I mean, if you're looking for a louder device, like a good DAC on a cheap phone, basically just how the DAC is a digital audio converter, which makes the sounds. Basically, you plug your headphones into your little computer, your iPod, your phone, and you get a sound like you're watching to me on. You're listening to me on a speaker. The better the DAC, the louder the quality. Like if you have a hi-fi DAC, like on the LG G5, you get a great crystal clear sound where you'll hear everything, including all the noises around me. At least from what the software, at least from what my microphone will pick up. It all has to do with how good your microphone is. It doesn't have NFC. It has a great network. It has only a 2.5 gigahertz band Wi-Fi. So I went through some of the sensors before. It doesn't really have any good, anything good inside for VR support. So you can't really buy a VR headset for this thing. It's a 4-core CPU. What else is there? There's not really much to say about that there. So let's talk about speed in real time. So I've been using this for, as of this video, almost a month, and I just have to say that this phone has had the only, well, I have never had to clear the cache, reset the phone, reset an app, close an app, open it back up at all. Like I haven't had any major hiccup at all. Like I've only had one hiccup, like the phone either slowing down or freezing or something. Like I've never had that. The only time I've had any sort of hiccup at all, the only time was when I was playing a game that was a little more graphic intensive than what I thought the phone can handle. So I was playing the game and it hiccuped a couple times, so I had to close the app and open it back up and it worked. But that was only once. I've used the Android 7.0 where you go to the recent task and you can select and you can have a dual window up. I've used that. That works well. It can handle up to 32 gigabyte SD card, and I have a 32 gigabyte SD card in there. I don't have a 64 in there. I could test it though, but I mean it should work with the 64 gig SD card. I mean, why not? And the battery on this thing, it's nice that it's removable. So if I want to, I can take out the case, pop off the back, take out the battery, replace it with another one. So it's nice that I can do that in case the battery starts to die or I need a new battery in a pinch, in just a snap. And the nice thing about it is the battery actually lasts for a basic phone. If I'm not using it, let's say I pick it up at 6 o'clock in the morning, let's say, because I usually wake up, or 5, because I wake up at 5 in the morning. I pick it up at 5. I take it off its charger. I look at a few text messages. I just look at a few. I put the phone down. I make a few text messages, and during the day make a couple calls. By the nighttime, by about 9 o'clock at night, which means that I'm getting 5 to 5. It's 12. I'm not getting a full 24 hours, like you're not going to get 24-hour battery life, but you're going to get almost, as people say, a full day, meaning you're going to get like the full day battery where you wake up at 7 o'clock, you go to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. It is going to last. There is nothing wrong there. The battery will last a full day of usage, meaning you're going to use it, and heavy usage, it can last almost a full day. Like I've been using it heavy, and it's only at 37% there. And for a while I've been using it heavy usage, and 37% is great. I leave it on auto brightness because most of the time it doesn't get to 100%. And then when I need to get it to 100%, I turn it off and I change it to 100%. But there are just so many features on this device to talk about, like how it has Android 7. It doesn't have the latest. It doesn't have the latest security patch of February, but it has the January 1st, 2017 security patch. It has a nice amount of features for it. It's cheap device, cheap. It has a great amount of microphone pickup, so if you're in an area where you just using it like this to talk to someone, it'll work. It'll work if you're going to voice record someone. It'll work if you're going to video chat someone, Snapchat someone, post a video to Instagram. It'll pick up your friends if you're taking a video with them. The noise canceling is great. When you're in a windy area, you can hear the wind, but it's not like gonna be in your face where they're gonna hear it so well. They're gonna be like, I can't hear you. You're in a really windy area. They can hear you through the wind. They'll notice there's wind, but they'll be able to hear you perfectly. The microphones are great. It gets loud enough that in a quiet area you can listen to the speakers on it yourself. The camera is clear, it's nice, it's great. It's just a phenomenal camera. It works well. I had no problem with it. The data, I've never lost service. The only places I lost service were in areas where I lost service with every other T-Mobile and Metro PCS phone. So I haven't lost service like my friend also in the areas where he loses service because he has like the top of the line. He has he has a bunch of top of the line phones, not like these junky phones that I have, and I lose service. This has just as good a service as the phones he has. The Wi-Fi is pretty fast. It didn't have any hiccups. I've been using this device, and as you can see, I do have a good amount of apps, and I'm loading through. I go like this, it loads, and it's fluid, nothing wrong. I can go like this, and there won't be anything wrong with it at all. There are no hiccups. I like the fact that you can do all of this stuff up here. I have my Android watch connected, my Android Wear watch, and it has Bluetooth on it. And usually that like stops the phone from performing at its best because it's always connected, and the battery lasts less sometimes. Usually with it, like the battery, they optimized Android 7 well for all the Android Wear devices connected because you need your device to be connected all the time to your watch, so the app is using a ton of battery. And if I had that app off, I had Bluetooth off all the time, I had location off, and I didn't have my watch connected to this phone, I could be getting how many hours? I could be getting 24 full hours worth of battery. I mean, I'm not getting that, but I mean, I can get 24 full hours worth of battery out of this thing. Like, sometimes if I forget to plug this in at night, I go the next day. If it was at 50% the night before, it'll be at 49 or 48%, which is extremely great. So everything works. Now though, if you're gonna take the phone and try to unlock it, you're gonna have to pay for an unlock service since this device hasn't been out for 90 days or for the full 3 months that you need. You're gonna have to you're gonna see I requested unlock. It's gonna say unlock failed. It says this mobile device is not eligible for unlock. So if you're on T-Mobile or Metro PCS, you're going to have to wait to unlock it. There's going to be no way for you to unlock it yet. Now, I've downloaded basic games to test this stuff out. I've downloaded the basic stuff, and then there was one app over here called Legend, which seems like it's a pretty intensive app, or sort of, where it works and it can create intros for you or certain texts for you, and it's fast. Like, I just opened up the app. I'll go like this. I will click the play button. I will switch to something that takes more, and as you can see, ta-da, it works. So that's fast. So the performance is still fast, and I've been using this every day. I've turned off the phone once, only once. And the reason why I turned it off is because I remembered at one point, I haven't turned this phone off yet. I'm just like, should I? And I just turned it off. I just turned it off and turned it back on because I'm used to for phone performing the best is when you turn it off and back on. So I only did that once, and happens to be I watch YouTube videos. I do all this and that. I made a video on the battery. I made a video on what sensors it has and the unboxing experience and the full review for it. So if you want to check those out, you can always check those out too, so you know more about this phone. But performance-wise, everything-wise, this phone is a steal for the price. It works. 16 gigs isn't the best for a phone. It could be 32, but if you're a light user or a light to moderate user, in between there, you'll do well with this phone. I do everything with this phone. I take pictures, I take videos, and everything works. I have Instagram, I have Twitter on here. I don't have Snapchat on this phone. I have apps that are running in the background 24/7 on this phone. And I have no issue on battery at all. No issues. From the start of this video to now, it just went down 1% from me opening it up and closing it. But that's just that. Now, when I connected this to my Bluetooth speaker, I had no issues there. It was fluid. It was easy. I turned on Bluetooth. I went into the settings there. I found the speaker. I connected. It was fast. It was easy. There was no issue there. So, all in all, my final verdict on this phone is, should you get it, yes or no? My answer is an astounding yes, an astonishing yes. But before we leave, another thing I have to mention is, I've probably covered this before, but you saw when I had that little curved edge when I did, I think, the either initial review or full review. You saw how thin this phone was. Even with the case on, it's light. Everything's good. It's light. It's fine. It works. It's light. It's thin. So it's not going to take up a lot of space in your pocket if you're going to put it in the same pocket as your wallet. Or you have skinny jeans, so you want to put this in your pocket. It's not going to take up a ton of space. It's going to be well hidden in your pocket. So it's not going to be like, ooh, I have the ZTE Z Max Pro where it's a 6-inch screen almost, or you have a tablet in your pocket, or you have those old Nokia phones or whatever. It's just not like that. It's an actual thin device. Like, this device is pretty thin, and it has the headphone jack. I don't know if you can see it in there, but this is actually how thin it is. Like, from there to there is literally how thin it is. It's a little bit thinner than the top of that, but I mean, yeah. So it's just as thin. So it works. But that's really it. So, if you did like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day, and follow me on my Instagram and Twitter page. Videos come constantly, all the time, and actually, I will do that right now. I will post to Instagram, and I will say, recording new videos. So let me find Instagram here. Here's Instagram. Let me find that here. I will actually press the add button. Okay, I just took the picture. Next. Processing. Nope, not direct. New video out soon. Oh, I spelled soon wrong. There we go. Well, there you have it. If this appealed to you, as always, follow me on my Twitter and Instagram for updates, and if you want, my Snapchat code is also there if it works. If not, comment down below so I know, so I can fix that. And yeah, so Enjoy the rest of your day.